I was reflecting this morning, and because of some conversations I had yesterday, and I realized that what does it profit a man that he should preserve the body and lose the soul? And what I realized from that is that, and my stupidness, I take responsibility, is that over the years I thought that people were focused on the soul, the real person, the spirit, right? The soul, the real person that's created in the image of God, and not the physical person. Because they would say things like, oh, I went and forgave. I have love now. I'm not angry. And so in those words, in my dumbness, I thought they was focused on the spirit and not the body. But I was being deceived. They was, and not intentionally. I think they think that they think, right? Or thought. But in reality, they were focused on the body and not the spirit, because we are not our bodies. And all the pain that we have in the body is not truly hurting us, it's hurting the body. But if you identify with the body, you think that you're being hurt and you defend it. And not even you defending it, to be honest with you. It's not you rushing in to pretend to be defending the you. When things happen that you don't like or you uncomfortable with, or name calling or whatever, right? This not you rush in to give you answers about it. And because you so identify with the physical, thinking that you are your body, you're relying on answers from the not you inside the body too. And so with this identity with your body, you're losing your soul, the real you. That's why I've said a while now that you have to let go of all identities. All identities. Don't identify with anything or anyone. People, places, things, drugs. You're not a drug addict. But because you believe you are, because the answers that come to you are setting you up to believe that you are within yourself, and then the outside sources, the experts are telling you that you are a drug addict. So you walk around thinking that you are a drug addict, when it's not you at all. It's your ego. It's the not you. It's the body. You're not a drug addict. But if you name and claim it, and then you feel guilty about being a drug addict, not only do you judge the not you, judging the not you for being a drug addict, you're worried about what other people think about you being a drug addict. So you get deeper into being a drug addict. And that's where all the identities you get. Homosexuals, lesbians, drug addict, people who worry, people with stress, have anxiety, people who identify with TPS, post-traumatic disorder, whatever they call it. You identify with that, you ain't going to live, because you identify with the not you. And you have the ego mindset that rushes in to give you answers, and you think you're getting the right answers. Isn't that like crazy? And you're not going to understand what I'm saying intellectually. You hear the knowledge, you hear the words of it, but let it go out into one ear and out the other, because you won't get the understanding by just hear me saying it. I realize it now. You're not all of the stuff that's in the body. It's all ego. It's the nature of the devil. You're not worried. The real you don't worry. The real you that's separated from the not you does not have stress. I wish, but it's up to you, that you would pull away from the crowd, go within, and just endure. Watch. Pray and watch. And you'll see, you're not your body. You're not thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. 99.99999% of the people don't know God, and because they have this identity of God, Christ, values, principles, they just have a false identity about it. You have to let go of everything. Your glass must be empty at all times and have no ideas about anything. It's a warfare between good and evil. It's really a warfare between the flesh and the spirit, because the flesh is of the nature of the devil and the spirit is of God. That's why I tell you, that once you go and forgive your mothers for recreating you in their image, your grandmother, whatever woman that raised you, and return to your father, forgive him. He couldn't help it. He couldn't have a mama. God will forgive you, and quote unquote journey will begin. You get on the path, but you got to be patient, because even when your salvation is of the heart, right? You're born of the heart of love, and without love, you're nothing. You have nothing. You are nothing. You must overcome the imagination. You must overcome identities. Really, you shall have no other God before the true God. And anything that you identify with, any person, place, or thing, then that's your God. And when they don't live up to what you imagine they should, even though you're not doing it, then you're going to be tripping. Stop, do what you want, but I recommend that you stop identifying with the body and mind and people and places and things. You are not suffering. The body is suffering, and you think that is you. You have never suffered the real you, the true you, in your whole born days. This biblical question is so interesting. Do you know the way out of yourself? That's an amazing question when you think about it. And they are put there in hopes that you will think about that. I want you to know that you know that you know that you know. You're as smart and smarter than anyone else that's walking this earth. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.